Come along with me today for some fun birthday brunch, entertaining, and styling ideas. We'll pull together a very simple but very elevated table, and I'll be sharing a couple of my local favorite small businesses that can really help you step up and elevate your next event. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lifestyle with Melanie Graves, where I share stylish and creative ideas to help you do what makes you happy in your home. In today's video, I'm bringing you along as I style my birthday brunch table. I was born in the month of February, and typically speaking in Florida, it's a beautiful time of year to host an outdoor brunch, although we did have a severe cold snap this year. But thankfully, the weekend I'm hosting my brunch, it's absolutely beautiful, and I feel genuinely happy and excited to host some of my closest friends. But before I share all the styling details and tips, I'd like to share something else with you. Something I've learned in this comeback era, and that is that joy like this doesn't just happen. I think we have to be intentional about building it and creating it. And for me, part of building this season in my life has been therapy. I've worked with a therapist for several years, and it's helped me to process loss, including the recent loss of our beloved boy Theo, whom many of you all knew and loved here on my channel, and to navigate transitions and to grow into a version of myself that can actually enjoy moments like this. And I love that today's sponsor, BetterHelp, makes therapy more accessible. You can meet virtually from anywhere on your own schedule. And if your therapist isn't the right fit, you can switch at no extra cost. Because finding the right match really does matter. Therapy isn't about fixing what's broken, it's about strengthening what's becoming. If you're stepping into your own growth season, don't wait for a breaking point. Go to betterhelp.com/Melanie Graves for a 10% discount off your first month of therapy and start building your foundation. Because the best glow ups, they start on the inside. For my birthday brunch this year, I wanted to keep it simple and include a few of my favorite things, which are the color purple and charcuterie and wine. And I was expecting about a total of 10 guests. My outdoor table only seats 6, so we ended up pulling out my indoor dining table because that seats 10, and that kept me from having to try to style and pull together 2 different tables. The idea was to keep it very simple. Here I'm using an evergreen garland that you guys actually saw me use at Christmas. That video that I styled a light fixture with this garland went viral. You guys loved it. And I really meant that I do use it all year round. It's just a versatile piece. I started with that, and what I'm doing is mixing in both faux greenery and then fresh florals. For the centerpiece, I am doing something so simple, so underestimated, but it always turns out to be so lovely and popular. You probably have all the ingredients to make a centerpiece like this too in your own home. All you really need is an oversized bowl. This one I got probably 4 seasons ago from Pottery Barn. And right now I'm just using it as a placeholder. I'll show you what I do with it later on in the video. And now I'm just going to start layering in my greenery. I'm going to mix the faux stems with fresh florals. When I originally went to go pick up my faux stems, these were not what I was looking for. They had several different variations of purple at, I believe I was at Hobby Lobby, and there was another customer that was in there just before me, and she picked up all of the perfect shade of purple and the stem that I wanted, and only left 2 of them. so I had to change the plan, but it was okay because my husband came home with the most beautiful fresh flowers. I had originally planned to include just a few and lean heavy on the faux, but this gave me the opportunity to lean heavy on the fresh, and they just made such a beautiful statement on the table. And there really was no rhyme or reason. I just kind of displayed the colors how I thought they looked the best. A hydrangea is my favorite flower, and he found some purple ones, so I made sure we got those in there, and some roses. And then for the rest of the table, I'm just doing a bit of a high-low mix, so I'm using cloth placemats, but I'm using plastic silverware and plates that I found, and glasses that I found at Home Goods. I don't like to do glass on the pool deck, but you still want your serveware to look nice. So I just layered it on top of, I did a placemat, and then I did a charger, and I put the plates on top of that. I came in with my Walford lamps because those always make a beautiful statement. I put all 4 of them on the table. And then you can see here, I found these dinnerware plates and the cutlery, which was already folded in a napkin, done and done. So while I'm getting the table pulled together, you can see in the background there, the balloon company had arrived. One of the other things that I really wanted for this party was just the opportunity to get some really good documentation behind a balloon arch for myself and my friends. So I called Melly Celebration. I used her when my oldest daughter graduated from high school. She's a local small business here in Tampa Bay. I'll make sure to include her information. She does absolutely beautiful work. Now, remember earlier I mentioned how the centerpiece was going to be very simple, but still very elevated. All you need to do is get a large bowl and fill it with water, slice some lemon and lime, and grab some rosemary. So I'm placing all of my citrus slices into the water. And then I'm going to add in some fresh rosemary. And then I'm going in with some essential oils. Here I'm using lavender, eucalyptus, and a little frankincense because they all smell so good together. The lavender and the eucalyptus are actually good to keep the bugs away, or also like a lemon essential oil. But then you're going to put in your floating candles. That may be the only thing you don't have in the house, but you can kind of find them anywhere. Once you light them, it warms up the oils and it smells absolutely amazing. And at this point, the table was really coming together. I had to run and go get dressed. I didn't give myself quite enough time to make it all come together without having to rush just a little bit. But hey, it's all a part of the fun. Now I'm going to share my absolute favorite part of this event. It really helped me level up my party, and they did all the heavy lifting. I called in a company called Poppycar Charcuterie. They are Tampa's first bespoke charcuterie bar. They come in and they take the tradition of charcuterie and make it custom to your party or event. They're another small-owned business here in Tampa. And could I just tell you, my guests felt so special when they saw what I had prepared for them with Poppycar. It's really not just a catering service. It's an interactive culinary experience. And the guests are guided to design their own personalized boards. You know, this is perfect for anything from a wedding reception to a corporate gathering or a private celebration like mine. But I think it's just a lovely way to create an experience that your guests will really talk about long after the party is over. I hope you got some great hosting ideas from this video. I am excited to be in this era in my life where I can choose the comfortable shoes and the intentional friendships and absolutely outsource the charcuterie. I'm definitely grateful to be celebrating another year around the sun, surrounded by women who have lived and learned and still show up glowing. So cheers, let's eat, let's drink, let's laugh, and let's enjoy this beautiful season. Until next time, love and peace.